As a parent, you can't prevent all your child's injuries, but having them wear seat belts and placing them in car seats can help save their lives. Erin Hoch, an injury prevention coordinator for Children's Hospital of Orange County, explains the mandatory seatbelt and car seat laws in California.
The law says that children need to be in car seats or booster seats until they're 6 years old or they're 60 pounds. But best practice is the second part of the law that nobody talks about, which means that kids need to be in car seats or booster seats until they can sit in the seatbelt properly. So I can't tell you your grandson who's 8 can come out of his booster seat because it just depends on how his seatbelt fits. Seatbelt should go right across his chest and should go low on his lap. So when that happens, that's when he can come out of the booster seat. In order to make sure that the car seat harnesses are tight, you have to do what's called a pinch test. And basically, you don't want to be able to pinch any of the harness. If you can pinch even a little bit, that's slack and you need to pull that tighter. So it should be really close to the child's body and making sure that their shoulders are held back nice and tight. If you only have one child, your car seat should be installed in the center position. The center in the back seat is always the safest. You want to get them away from the door. So if you only have one child, you really want to put them in the center position. And when you have two, you usually have to split them because they'll poke each other. So we usually put them on the left and the right, but we try to put them side by side if they will fit in the car together. They will never go in the front seat. The exception would be if you had a truck and you didn't have a back seat, and you have to make sure that you have the airbag switch turned to off. Parents are always asking when they can turn their children forward. It's important to keep the car seat backwards as long as possible. You have to keep the car seat backwards until they're 1 year old and they're 20 pounds. We have car seats now that go backwards until 30 pounds. So it's best just to keep them backwards as long as possible and then turn them forward. The best car seats, a lot of factors you have to consider. First, the child's age and weight. You want to make sure that it fits in your car. That's a big thing. A lot of people buy a car seat and they don't realize it doesn't fit in everybody's car. You want to make sure it's easy for you to use. If it's something that's difficult for you to use, then that's when errors are going to come in. And you want to make sure, again, that it's free from recalls and it's not broken. All the pieces and instructions are there. Believe it or not, if you look up car seats in your vehicle manual, there'll be a chapter on how to install your car seats. You have to read that because every car is different. And the car seat instructions are so generic, they don't know whose car they're going to. So you have to read your car owner's manual on how to properly install your car seat. You always want to know the history of your car seat, so you want to be very careful about borrowing a car seat from someone. You want to know the history of the car seat. If it's ever been in a crash, you cannot use the car seat again. So if you borrow it from a friend or a family member, you can make sure it's never been in a crash. All the instructions are there. It's not broken. It's not on the recall list. That's important too. So we don't want people to go to a thrift store or to a garage sale and pick up a car seat when they don't know the history because it can be really dangerous.